Hey everybody, in this video we're talking about how to use the generative fill feature in Lightroom Classic. Let's jump right into it. So this is the photo that we're going to be working with today. As you can see, there's a lot of features down in the bottom of the water that we can use the generative fill feature on. Now, Lightroom has done a great job in creating a lot of tools to make editing so easy that anybody can do it, no matter your skill level, and this is one of those tools. So I want to get rid of some of these rocks down here in the foreground of this landscape shot of a waterfall. And in the past, it would be a little bit difficult to do, but with generative fill, you can easily do that. So how to use it is you come over here to the erase tool, and when you click on that, you'll see a drop-down menu come down. Now, to use generative AI, which is generative fill, you basically have to have this checked in your menu. If you don't have this checked, it's not going to do the same feature, so be sure you have this box checked. Now you can adjust the size of the brush that you want to use for the generative AI fill feature, but just know that you are painting in an area that you want to remove from your photo, so it doesn't have to be something so massive that it just erases so much. Honestly, the smallest possible to erase whatever you're erasing is probably the best way to go. So I'm going to leave this pretty low here. Now, opacity for me is going to be on 100% every single time because I'm erasing things. I don't want it to be like 50% opacity and have some of the features still showing up. I'm just trying to erase everything here. So what I'm going to do is just come in here to this bottom rock, and I'm going to start painting in. Now you'll see that it shows an outline of the brush stroke that you're painting. So while you're brushing this in, you want to be sure that you're filling all of these edges because any spots left behind are going to show something there. So you see that after you let up on the mouse that it paints and highlights that in red. That's so you know that whatever you're painting in is going to be removed, and you want to be sure that all of that is showing up in red so that it removes it properly. Now you have that, you can either add to it, which is what you're already on in this mask here, or if you have anything that you don't want removed, you could actually subtract this and come in and paint in little areas around this just to be sure you have that fine-tuned. So once you have this selected, what you want removed from the photo, all you have to do is come down here to apply, and that's going to generate a response. Now what it's doing here while it's generating is it's coming up with AI tones and colors that is going to fill in where you selected. So you see in here what it's done is it's basically found the surrounding areas of rock and water tone and color, and it's filled that in. Now you can easily keep going through here and painting in other rocks that are down in the foreground, and I can just paint in as many as I want and hit apply, and it's going to generate new areas. But I want to warn you about using this tool and using it properly. And I'm going to take you back to the first rock that we removed in this photo. So if you come down here to the first rock, you can see with this erase button that it shows up here, what's happened is it did a great job filling that in, but the problem is when you have a rock, it creates water movement around that rock. So you still have this water movement around nothing because we removed that rock and painted it out. That doesn't make sense visually. So when you're removing something from a photo, especially in water where you have other movement around that, you want to be sure that you're removing all the features that encompass whatever you're removing. So for this, I would now have to come in and remove some of these water strokes so that it would look more natural here. So if I apply that, you can see that now it looks a little bit more natural, and I can close this window out, and now I have all these features removed. AI Generative Fill in Lightroom Classic is a great tool to use. Don't hesitate to use it, but be sure you're erasing everything within that feature, especially some of the water movement around any moving water in your photos.